Oh, everybody, how are you? Such a great time to come to you. We're excited about, being able to come to you this evening. We believe that God is set to do something amazing. Guess what? It's Talk with the Missus.
Mrs.
Come on. Well, I've got the Missus here, and we are really just excited. Every time we have the privilege of having these conversations
Yeah,
and having you being part of it, I think it's just an exciting and a wonderful time. For us, there are conversations we have every day.
yeah,
I mean, it's just, we don't plan them, they just spring on. So we talk with the Mrs. Show. It's basically us just letting you into,
an authentic
yeah,
conversation.
exactly.
Yeah, day to
Yeah.
day
Day-to-day
conversation.
conversation for us because I think we chat a lot, we talk a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
We do talk,
a lot.
which
Yeah,
is good,
that's good. Yeah.
which is good. So I'm gonna allow my wife to, just say hi to everyone, and then we're going to all you and us. We're going to try and get as many people as possible into tonight's show because promises to be a really, really refreshing time, especially with the topic we want to talk about. I think it will be. Should I say it will be explosive or something?
No, let's. It will be a diffusive. We're trying to diffuse, not explode. But hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk with the Missus. We're back again. It's going to be an exciting time, just like my husband has said, just for us to discuss and you also to discuss with us. So we encourage you to share the broadcast. We encourage you to type in, let us know where you're tuning in from, let us know, what you think on anything that we're discussing. It's an interaction, so let's try and be as interactive as possible. Yeah, and it promises to be a blessing. Amen.
Amen. So good. Well, first assignment for all of us is that we are all going to share the broadcast on our pages.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
I'm going to do that, and I want you to do the same.
Yeah,
Go on Facebook, click on the share button.
or go on, copy the link
Yeah, I'll copy the link on YouTube. Yeah.
or on Facebook
On
and send it
Facebook.
to
Send us a
your
broadcast
contacts.
to all your contacts. So we are broadcasting live on Facebook, and that's the Facebook page of Moses Omovie page, or if you just type Pastor Moses GCF on your Facebook search, you would find the broadcast there, and then do a share. So I want to see how many people have shared. So do it right now. I'm actually looking at it, and I'm sure many of you who follow us, you know me. When I say I will be checking, I'll be checking. So I can literally tell who is shared it and who has not shared it. Okay? So let's do that now. I've done mine, and I'm waiting for you to do yours. Everybody, make sure you are sharing now. Whilst we're doing that, I'm going to be welcoming people. So as I'm calling your name, it should ring a bell for you if you have not shared it on your page. I know that I'm watching out for you. We have Tenji, who is logged in, Carrie Newland, Berta Emmanuel, Meg Osage. Oh, and I like what Ifoma Chomadu has done. She sent a thumbs up and said shared. So let us know if you've shared, on your page. We want to know how many people have shared on your page. And also, copy the YouTube link and then send that as a broadcast. I think what is even more important that we do this share and broadcast today is because I just saying to my wife that
Yeah.
I didn't get around sending out the flyer of today's broadcast like I would usually do. I think in the midst of many things. So
Yeah.
you are going to be my publicity versus channels,
The vehicles.
the vehicles. So you're going to help me.
So you're going to be a jet or you're going to be a locomotive?
You're
Or
gonna
a
help.
rocket, rocket.
You're gonna help me get as many people in as possible because
Yeah.
I think in the business of a lot of things, I didn't get around sending out publicity. And I can see Karen Newland is shared. Pastor Ugo Achomadu has shared. Allison Jordan, hello from Allison, member of CLC, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Great.
God bless
Allison,
you.
God bless you. And thank you for joining. I hope you're sharing also to your page. Jackie Mustafa has shared. Aisha has shared. And Aisha's got the status of a sharer. That's great. Beta as well, shared already. She's got that status of a sharer as well. So, let's get everyone to share. And those, I can see Emiko Gula. Pastor Emiko, nice to welcome you online for this conversation. I'm excited that you are online. Eunice Ebony, Pastor Faith Usazua. Great that we're getting everybody in. Please share to your page and be part of the conversation. I'm going to really be counting on you to be a part and parcel of the conversation we are about to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've got on YouTube, I've got Mommy Emily. Hello, nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Mommy. Shirley Dina, all the way from Birmingham. God bless you. Bless you too. Nice to see you also. Pastor Austin Osorio.
Sorry, it's in Abuja, Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you also, sir. And Thelma Igwe, God bless you. Hello, Pastor Moses, Sister Choma. God bless you, ma.
Good. And we've got Mariatu Showers. Mariatu is from KPCI in Maryland in the US. She's already shared to our page. That's good.
Awesome.
T. Mazmizing has joined in. Have you shared to your page? Best Glee have joined in. And Karen Newland said, say, Pastor, you were busy celebrating your birthday. So she thinks maybe that's why, I forgot to send out the broadcast as usual.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. And I got Mwingi as well. Lovely to see you also. And she shared the link. So God bless
shared
you.
the link. God bless you,
All
Mwingi.
right.
I tried to reach her yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
I got
it's
Pussy Print. Hello, link shared. Thank you so much.
beautiful,
God bless you too.
beautiful. So get as many people as possible in.
Right.
I want to see all my faithful sharers. Those who say, don't worry, Pastor. We know you didn't have the time to send out the publicity like you usually do, but we've got you. Where are all my people? Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then we've got Best Glee, T. Mazimizing. Good evening. Looking forward to this topic I have shared. Great.
Awesome.
All right. So we want to discuss.
Hello, James.
Beautiful.
Sorry,
No, that's fine. That's good. We've got Trisha, Samedi. We've got Iwe Hoy, who have just joined in. Please.
Iwe Hoy, I was trying to call you. Your number I don't have. Please find a way to call me.
Share to your page. Make sure you're all sharing.
Yeah.
And I may actually be going to your page to check if you have shared. Okay? So try and do that.
Yeah.
I love you all, you know that. Okay, so we want to discuss today the topic arguments in relationship.
Okay.
Argument is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Arguments in relationship.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to discuss. And we think that, I believe that it will be a beneficial topic for everyone, for a lot of people. Abina, Charlene, it's nice to have you join in. Please share to your page. She's all the way in the US. We've got a lot of people from the US joining in. We've got people from Africa, Nigeria, people from here in Europe, and just everywhere. We're glad to have you. Karen Newland said, my friend Keisha is watching. Welcome, Keisha. Great.
Welcome, Keisha.
It's beautiful.
Pastor Chinelu has shared also
lovely.
on YouTube.
On
God
YouTube.
bless you.
Great. All right, so we are looking at the subject, arguments in relationship.
Okay.
Arguments. And I think it goes without saying that most relationships, there's the feature of argument. So argument seem to be like one of those things that's like part and parcel of relationships.
Yeah.
So we want to look at, arguments. I think we're going to try and look at what are the causes of arguments
Yeah.
in relationships? What are maybe the consequences? What do they result into?
Yeah.
And then we probably can also look at, talk about, how should you behave? How should you handle arguments in a relationship? So I would like to open it up to all of us because it's a conversation. Trust me, you guys are doing great. I can see that you're actually propping up on the numbers with your shares, which is God bless you and increase you. Lillian from Texas, USA has joined in. God bless you. Joy Oshwakbeme is watching. God bless you. Please share also to your page. Julia to Sazua, good evening, Pastor. And someone said, yes, Pastor had one yesterday. So somebody who had one argument yesterday.
And how was it resolved?
Yeah. So first of all, let's look at what are the typical causes of arguments in relationship. What are some of the things that create argument in relationship? Can we?
So I think for me, one of the things that cause relationship is maybe
that cause arguments. No, that
what did I
cause
say?
you said that cause relationships.
Sorry. See, it's a natural conversation. So one of the things that causes arguments is when, let's say, there's an underlying reason why you're upset.
Yeah.
Sometimes or most times the surface of it is not actually the reason.
Yeah.
But because you've been bottling some things up over a long time, you now get so upset and explode on something that is not actually relative to what the real issue is.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, you're upset. Maybe you in your mind, you're thinking, I'm very concerned about my finances at this very time with the whole lockdown situation, furloughed or been left redundant, or, whatever the situation is. And you're bottling up that issue in your mind. And to the point that when somebody, your spouse, your children, whoever, now asks you a question, you now just outburst. It's not really, whatever they ask you is not the issue. Is you've got a concern that you haven't, it's been bottled up and you haven't been able to deal with, and you're maybe anxious or something, and you're just taking it out on them for no good reason.
All right. So you're saying that arguments are caused by things that have been bottled up.
It's like transferred aggression or
over
something.
a period of time. Yeah. Okay, it's great.
Some people.
Yeah, for some people. We've got Pastor Murphy Akbovi watching from Nigeria. Thank you for joining in. Please share on your page. I want all of you to help me, share today's broadcast and get as many people in. Joshua Pullman said, thank you. Priska is watching. Rosie, love. So some people are giving us some ideas of things that cause arguments.
Yeah.
We've got trust.
Yeah.
And trust causes
like
argument.
Fundamental things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
Money causes argument. Money issues. So Rosie Love has said trust. Karen Newland, Mariatu have said money.
Yeah.
Ifemena has shared. God bless you, Ifemena.
Yeah.
Mariatu also said misunderstanding. Tricia said personality conflict. I've got Anahi said, hi, Pastor Moses. I'm one of the CLC church members, Pastor at Thomas Manning. Yes. Oh, great. Nice that you're joining in. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. Pastor Kelechi Nolly is joining in from Abuja. Thank you. Social media causes argument, according to Tricia. Poor communication, clarity. Former Chomadu said neglect.
Yeah.
Lillian said frustration. Tim Azmaizen said hunger. That her husband said. So her husband said hunger can cause argument.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's
can.
true.
It can. I thought you were going to cook. No, I thought you were going to cook.
You were going to cook.
Well, who's going to make the dinner? Yeah, I'm hungry.
So that can cause argument.
Yeah.
Tricia said existing tension can cause argument, disrespect as well, she said. Juliet Osezua said, lack of good communication can cause arguments.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of things.
I think these lists are really fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic
Those are
list.
all definitely what cause arguments.
Cause argument. Yeah, I think it's a very comprehensive list.
is, yeah.
And keep sending them in and keep getting more people to join in, whether on Facebook or on YouTube. I like the fact that the Facebook numbers are going up.
Yeah.
I want the
My
YouTube,
YouTube numbers are going up, but we're not talking. I've got Shirley Dina, God bless you, said sometime over children. So sometime the arguments are caused over children.
Okay, cause over children. Ifoma said too much workload can cause argument. Tricia Samede said external forces can cause argument. Augustine Osanakpa said tension can cause argument. So, there's you guys are doing a great job with this sharing, by the way. I am really, really loving this. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Get as many people in. Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, let's get the people in. Kofi Donko said, the problem is submission. Submission can cause argument. So maybe submission or lack of submission can cause argument. All right, let me ask a question. I agree with everything that's been said here, because I think that, yes, many of these things can cause arguments in a marriage. Yeah? In a marriage or in any relationship. It may not even be a marriage. It may be, any kind of relationship. Could be two people who are courting, who are dating, and, looking forward to a future together. And arguments can just arise from there. Pastor Kelechi said frustration and immaturity can also cause arguments, which is true.
Very much.
Now, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Yeah? Do we think that when it comes to, because I'm just trying to look at frustration, tension, money, and just all of those things.
Yeah.
Could we say that when roles are not clearly defined in a marriage or in a relationship, it could be the root cause of argument? Should roles be defined? Because we tend to live in a time now where, forgive me, but if you look back at old school,
50 years, 100 years, even
50 years, 40 years, maybe even 30 years ago, the roles of men in a relationship were clearly defined. The roles of women in a relationship were also clearly defined. But we live in a time now where the roles are kind of blurred. For instance, a woman wants the man to, cook, look after the children, just everything that traditionally, when I say traditionally, and that's why I said forgive me, because I may be lacking the words to use. Traditionally,
angry faces.
50 years ago, please don't crucify me. 50 years ago, there were certain roles that when you are going into a relationship, you would say, this is the role of the woman, and this is the role of the man.
I'm listening.
Yeah? So, but now, all of those roles are kind of blurred. And the fact that they are blurred, could that be could that be a root cause of argument? Because
but there were arguments.
We're not even sure of roles.
Yeah, but there were arguments in those 50, 30 years, 100 years relationships as well. And that's when those roles were clearly, more actively.
Yeah, more actively.
In their day-to-day living. Defined and being done. So I wouldn't say, I'm sure that there are elements that does bring that into play, because now, for example, a woman that's a career woman, she still has the career that she's pursuing. The hustle and bustle of being at work, having meetings, going from one place to the other, even just the hustle to get out the house to the workplace.
To the workplace,
that's
she has to bring money in, like the man has to bring money in. And
then
it could be that she's even bringing in more money than the man.
Get home, and then she's now cooking, cleaning, children, this one, that one. So that in itself can stretch a person's, the tension that is there, because they're thinking, why am I doing all this by myself? And that's when all those kind of thoughts start coming in your head. He's not even doing anything. Can't he see that I'm doing all this?
Yeah.
That's
and
when,
then that can stir up argument.
yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, but should there be roles? Should there be roles in a marriage? Should roles be defined?
Yeah, they should. Let's not say that it has to. Let's say, okay, so should there be roles? Yes, they should. Should there be like an understanding, basically, between the two people, the husband and the wife, what I'm going to do and what you're going to do, so that everybody knows where they're at and can move like in a equilibrium.
And please, guys, join in the conversation as well. Sorry, I cut in, but you're going to continue. Join in the conversation, because I'm just trying to, I'm just wondering, are we better off without defined roles, or is it better to have roles defined? And the fact that roles are defined does not mean you cannot step in to help in the other person's responsibility. What do we think?
So like we said from the onset, this is like a conversation that we have, a genuine one, because we haven't discussed this before.
Yeah.
So I think that this roles definition, defining, understanding is very crucial.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it helps everyone to know where they are, what they're doing, but sometimes roles can switch, because it just, for me, depends on the dynamics of those people's relationships.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, are we saying that a wife that is more
she's more in a career.
Yeah. She's, if you like, she's the breadwinner of the home and things of that nature. Should she?
So she doesn't have so much time in her hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Should she now finish that career, end that career, to fit in the traditional role of, looking after the children, looking after the home and all the rest of it? For me, I would think that it depends on the dynamics of that home. If the role is defined between herself and her husband, to now know, okay, honey, this is how because this is how our family works best. I think you should work more, and then the husband, I would now be more with the children, or we'll find a way to balance it out. Let's use such and such certain percentage of our income to deal with childcare. So it's just, I think it's the balancing and having the dynamics so that everything can work well. But in that same kind of situation, if the wife is now seeing it on herself that, oh, I'm doing everything, this man is not doing anything. If maybe it hasn't been discussed, maybe it hasn't been agreed, maybe there's no understanding of what each of them are doing and why. So that in itself will cause the arguments. The woman will now start, up in her shoulder as if she's, the god of the house kind of thing, and like, oh, this man, if it's not for me, then who are you, and all this stuff, because that as well happens. Especially on that kind of scenario where the woman is earning more than the man. Sometimes, I don't know for what reason, a woman will now start to try to lord it over the husband. Whereas on the reverse side, when the husband is earning more than a woman, those kind of things rarely, it may, but rarely happens. So, okay, I don't know.
Well, so it's a thing where, because I'm seeing here, some people think, yes, roles, like Mariatu said, yes, in any relationship, there should be roles defined. Yeah. Others have said, Juliet Osazua said, we do not define roles in our home, but we have good understanding. Timas Maisen said, roles should not be rigid, but it should be known. Jennifer said, it's about finding the right balance between the two of you. Ifoma said, I think every home should have roles defined, peculiar to them, and still have each other step in to help where needed. Now, this is being supportive.
Yeah.
So in essence, we're saying
Yeah,
that
you can't try and make it fit. You must be like this
Yeah.
because that's what the role said you should be.
Yeah.
What's best
what's
for your
best
home.
for you. Yeah, no, which is fine. I think that a couple, because if you're thinking of, we've talked of a number of things. We've talked of, for instance, money issues can bring
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we pick money issues, for instance,
Yeah.
traditionally, some people may think, oh, the man of the house should be the one in charge of the finances. But he may not be very strong.
Maybe a spender.
Yes, it may be a spender, and in fact, I was
doesn't
thinking,
grow.
I don't want to go into that. Maybe next time we talk about finances, I want to talk about people's money personalities. People have different money personalities, which was something I was, kind of meditating on recently. And because of my book that I'm writing as well, it was part of the thing. So exclusive. So I'll leave that for now. Okay, so let's move on. So let's say money. So, but maybe the woman is a better money manager.
Yeah.
Yeah? If the roles are not defined, to say, okay, you know what? I recognize that God brought you into my life as my wife to help me.
Yeah.
I am not very good at financial management.
Yes, but
Yeah.
how many men would be happy and bold enough to say that?
Wait, that's why we're coming to, that's why you have arguments. Because if the man cannot
Exactly.
Yeah, if the man cannot say, look, I'm not very good
Pride will not allow him.
as a financial manager, but I see you have strength in that area.
Yeah.
So you will be responsible for managing the finances of the family.
Yeah.
But I have to see what's going on and all of that.
Yeah.
And step in as at when needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then if that role is not defined, the man is spending his money, the woman is spending her money, there will be argument. I think that every home, not traditionally to say, oh, the rule book says the man is in charge of this, the woman is in charge of that. No.
Yeah.
But every home, a husband and wife should be able to sit down, look at all the things that makes the home work.
What it is, yeah.
Yeah?
Or work even.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes the home work.
What's my strength? What's your strength?
Exactly.
What's my weakness? What's your weakness?
What's your weakness?
Yeah.
And then agree between each other on what you should be responsible for, what I'm responsible for. Does not mean that if, for instance, you're responsible for cleaning the house, does not mean that I cannot step in to clean. But I think when roles are not defined, because sometimes also I have found, and again, and this is me just being, honest, I found that most women, or not most women, some women don't want the roles defined. Because, like a man who will be able to cook, do this, that. But the same person who says, we should be able to do everything together. Then when it's time to take away the bin, he said, that's a man's job. So where are you standing? You can't eat your cake and have it. You can't in 1 minute want the roles to be
I
blood.
want to hear the men. Do you think that's true?
Yes, because there are some
think that's
things.
true?
It's all, honey, that's a man's job. But it is you who want the man to come and cook. If the man say to cook is a woman's job, you say no. You are living.
You're being sexist.
Yes,
or
you are being sexist, and you are living in the
Olden days. Don't you know the men are the best chefs?
Now. Then you who is saying that that the man should be able to cook, should be able to do this and do this and do this.
Yeah.
Now you are the one. Occasionally you say, oh, Donnie, that's a man's job. That's a man's job. So where do you stand?
Yeah.
Do you really know what you want, or you don't know what you want?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking. You are representing the women.
I'm representing myself.
No, because it's the truth. Do you know what you want? Because if in one breath you want everything to be done, there's no roles. Why would you in settings there? But you know that's a man's job. Is that fair? Now I'm asking all of you. Answer: is it fair?
Okay, is it fair? I'm trying to think very fast in my head. What's the best way to answer this question? I'm thinking very fast, speed.
Well,
I've not landed.
let
I've
the
not landed.
sisters help you to think, because that's what I'm wondering.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
it's not that you're basically saying women are a little bit confused. They don't know what exactly they want.
Yes.
In one breath, they're saying they want a man that can, do all things and can be all things at the same time, and
Yeah.
we can share all. In fact, you're basically saying that we want to be able to offload what was naturally our responsibility.
Yeah,
on
you
the
want
men.
the man
so
to do
let's
it.
share mine.
Yeah.
But yours, you keep yours, and
Exact-
it's still yours.
Yes.
And only yours.
Yes,
That's
and
what
say,
you're saying.
Yeah, that is a man's. But you know me that is a man's job. You are the man of the. You're supposed to be the one doing this. So how do you strike the balance with that? Because it will bring argument, and there may be some men there that are actually frustrated by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't speak out. Maybe God are just giving me a voice to help them to speak out this evening.
Okay, maybe I want to see like some thumbs up if that's really the truth by men.
Well, Informer Chomadu said, no, sir, it is not fair. So at least she understands what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for responses because
Okay,
I'm still
now, Better
thinking.
Emmanuel said, depending on the season, women needs will differ. But the marriage is not designed just to meet women need. The marriage is designed, for the two people to work together. So if we now have to run our marriage and our home just to be able to meet the woman need and to please the woman, is that not a parasitic relationship?
No, it's not. It's not a one-sided affair, is it? It's
Yeah.
a relationship. One person is benefit. Well, both people are benefiting. It's a mutual kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not. Things should not always go to please one person.
Exactly.
That would be very unfair.
Yeah.
Emotionally, the person that's losing out would not be balanced. Resentment will sit in. Anger may even sit in because it'll be like, oh well, you always want me to do it for you, but when it comes to me, you never help me. So all those kind of things would kick in. So it shouldn't ever really be a one-sided affair. It should be both parties are mutually benefiting or increasing or being helped in the relationship. So when it does clearly become a one-sided thing, then it's like Sissy said, I think it's not fair. It's not fair on both people.
Yeah.
But if it's a thing where, let's say, okay, you're saying that the woman wants to share all that she's doing, all that naturally is hers with the man. The same way the woman, and in these day and age, is also sharing what was naturally the man's role with the man in terms of going to work and bringing in an income, bringing in money and stuff. So if she's sharing in that responsibility, surely she's also would expect that the man should share in her responsibility.
Which is true.
Because if not, then she's giving and giving and giving, and she ain't
She'll be
getting
drained,
any
yeah.
help.
She'll be drained. She can
It's
get older. The woman
Younger.
can.
My God.
She can get old.
Older quicker. I mean
yeah.
quicker. Yeah. I mean quicker.
Yeah.
Because some women literally they
And then
work.
the man will not be looking outside, which is a very big problem.
Oh, that's another level now.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they married her as a sweet 16 and all of that. And then
Fresh.
she's overworked to a point where but the men are thanking me. And
Women, what about the men? As we're going out to work, we're bringing in money, and we're doing everything as
But
well.
what we're trying to look at is, because there are many things that cause argument.
Yes.
And I think that fundamentally,
Yeah.
whether it be the frustration that comes later, whether it be the lack of communication, because people cannot bottle up things, because the woman can feel that she's being overused and the man is not helping her and bottle up things.
Yeah.
One day explode and cause argument. Or it be the man just being quiet. So the woman is thinking, well, he does it. So men now come to a point where the woman is talking. They are there, but they have gone absent-minded.
Their mind is in Japan.
He said she just talking. So, and just flipping his channel or just walk walk away. That until she's
Yeah, but that
calm down.
ignoring
Which is
of
not
a
good.
wife.
So I think my take is that every couple in every relationship
Yeah,
should sit down
yeah,
and have a conversation
yeah. But you're assuming
of what will
Okay,
work
all
for
right,
them.
Okay.
If they can both sit down and say, listen, we know that for this house to work, we all do it in our places of work.
Yeah, best ways of working.
Yes,
and all
in the
kinds
place
stuff.
of work, the best way of
What's
working.
most effective?
When you arrive in
Your
your workplace,
one-to-ones.
when you arrive in your workplace, don't you know your role?
Yeah.
You know your role, the other person knows their role. The cleaner knows that it's supposed to be cleaning. Can you imagine? We arrive in the workplace, the MD, the secretary, the cleaner. So let's just do everything together. It doesn't matter. If you just arrive, if the place is dirty, you just clean it. So the MD just come and just clean. The fact that you have a cleaner does not mean that the MD may not clean sometimes. The MD may come and the place is a bit somehow. He can go and clean it. Does not mean that is his role.
Yeah.
So that's why the organization functions well.
Yeah. When it's clear.
Exactly. We need to begin to see our homes as an organization. It's our company.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, it's my company.
Yes, it's our company.
How successful
like
this
two of us now.
company is.
Omovie company.
company.
Just that you don't have limited at the end or you didn't register with company house does not mean that it's a company.
It's an establishment.
Yes, you have merged two destinies together. Merging two destinies together is bigger than merging two companies together.
Yeah.
And then the company is producing children. There's money. There's just like your company. There's money. There's management. There are clients. There are everything. So if both of you work out, I see you are strong in this role. You are strong in the. Let's do these things. You take care of this. I'll take care of this, and we operate this way. I know what you do, so I can step in to help. You step into it. We can, to a large extent, kill frustration. But you go and organize a company because they are paying you salary outside.
Yeah, but
your home company
paid by joy,
exactly.
peace, happiness,
exactly.
love.
Your home company, that's the salary.
Yeah.
The other one, maybe they just pay you in dollars.
No headache.
They just pay you in dollars or in pounds or in naira or in euros or whatever currency.
Yeah.
This your home company.
No
See it as a home company.
Yeah.
This your home company.
I like that.
Pays you in the currency of peace, love, joy.
Yeah.
Even health. Because
health.
if there's trouble and argument, your high blood, blood pressure can go up.
Laughter is like medicine.
Laughter is like medicine. So unless you can sit down and structure as something, arguments will continue because you'll be arguing over everything. Who left that cup there? Why is the house have not been you have not hoovered it? Because this was expected that he will see that the place is dirty
and he will know that I'm tired because I just finished this shift.
Exactly, I just finished this shift.
He
should know. And then you now go and lie down and wake up an hour after, and the place is still dirty. It's not
worse
hoovered.
Because children have now come and
then you
added their
become
own.
angry and you are thumping your feet, and then you both
slamming doors,
and both of you now start arguing.
Hey, which door are you slamming?
Say, why are you slamming the door? What is all this? This is that. He say, hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm not your house girl. I paid dowry. Then someone say, I paid dowry on you. You can't raise your voice on me, my dear. We have to call fire service. Fire service.
It's true. So what you're basically saying is that it's a communication. Communication is key.
Yeah.
In helping each person know where they are and how to overcome, let's say, potential issues. Because arguments really are because an issue has arisen. Yeah. So if you can actually identify potential issues and overcome them from the onset, then that miscommunication, misunderstanding, argument, anger, tension, whatever will now be gone.
It will be gone. Because all of us...
Even with money.
Yeah, even with everything.
With money.
Can you imagine? People stand before the altar.
Yeah.
Do you take this man to be your wedded husband, blah, 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 blah. You say, yes, I do. Now, a lot of people approach the altar with unspoken expectation.
Yeah.
So I'm as a young man, I'm standing there.
Happy.
I'm happy that, I'm getting married. In fact, that's the end of it for kitchen. I no longer enter kitchen. This one I'm married now. This woman will just be cooking all the food and dropping. So I'd say, as a bachelor, I was struggling in kitchen. Kitchen is over. I've not communicated it. Meanwhile, the lady standing there. So, now that I'm getting married,
Breakfast
I can't wait to have breakfast in bed. And,
Going out for lunch,
occasionally,
going out for
my husband will just
dinner.
prepare the dinner and put on the table. They have not discussed it. So you can see those two expectations are already clashing.
Yeah,
They are
big time.
already opposing each other. But they are saying, yes, I do. Do you see any company merger? When you see companies merging, they discuss all the details
Yeah.
of the merger. But people are getting married, they did not discuss the details of the merger of destiny. Merger of destiny. They didn't discuss the details.
Yeah.
They wasted all their time in cinema and dinner and all of it. Well, let me not call it a waste, but that's...
The valuable time they
Yes.
could have been discussing.
So now, they now come together and argument. This always, I paid Darian. You say, shut up. You can't talk to me like that. You cannot disrespect me. You say this, that. Then people will be boiling like, like you want to swallow an elephant. Where you now call, you say, no, and nobody can talk to me now. In fact, if I spark, where are you sparking to?
I'm having to move back. I'm like, what? What's going on here? But yeah. No. The arguments are really, really deadly in the sense that it harms people's feelings, and that conflict in itself is it will go on for longer than that very time that the argument was for.
Yeah.
So let's say the argument was 15, 20 minutes or whatever. The residue, what's left in the heart of both people is much longer than that 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's really the issue, because feelings will now become hurt.
Yeah.
People will now be living according to that hurt feelings.
Yeah.
They will be resenting their spouse.
Exactly.
Why did I even marry this man? Look at this person. Oh my God. Was there nobody else I saw? Why did I say yes? All these things will now be entering their head. Oh, if there's anybody else, or in fact, God should just take me. Those things is now, you're living a life of...
Because there are people that who will tell you that, well, what am I looking for? If I would prefer if God just takes me now and just go to heaven instead of this. At the end, it's all this. It's a big problem.
Yeah.
I've got some comments here. I'm sure yours is loaded as well. Let me read this. Ifeoma Chomadu said, I think our number one issue is that we don't have discussions to define roles.
But can those discussions be had even now? Sorry.
Yes, they can. Yeah, even for you are married. Because even if you have the discussion before you get married, you still
changes.
Yes, it changes. You still need
dynamic.
You still need to continue to have those discussions because things are changing.
Yeah.
Let's say by the time you're getting married, maybe the man was the only person working. The woman, maybe she wasn't, and then she married, and then she gets a job, and her job becomes more demanding than the man's job. They have to make adjustment. It's what a company does.
Yeah.
And many people who are arguing at home and fighting, they do that in their company to adjust and shift things. So you should see this as your number one company.
Yeah.
So you can have those, and the husband and the wife should always have meetings.
Yeah.
The meeting should not be
Boardroom.
it should not be when there's problem. Say, I need to talk to you. It's what have we done now? No. If we need to discuss, it does not always have to be when it's problem. It should be when you want to say, okay, let's look at what's working. Our last sets of agreement, is it working or not? What should we change? What should we adjust?
It's true.
It's for your own peace of mind.
It is.
So she said there are so much expectations from each other which are not clearly stated.
Yeah.
Which is true. Alison Jordan said, the marriage is an institution.
Yeah.
Jane Egodo said, most African men are brought up to say women's role is at home. But things has changed and continue to be changing. So men and women should work together at home for it to work better. I think that you have to sit down. The both couple, the couple have to sit down and have a conversation on things, because otherwise people will still have expectations in their head.
Yeah.
Egwono Anigoro said, I like that, Pastor. God bless you. Please, all of you, share on your page. I think many people need to hear this. And we're going to have a part 2 of this subject. Yeah.
Oh, the time is flying. I didn't
Yeah, because the time is flying. We're going to have a part 2 because we have not even
scratched the surface.
We have not scratched the surface. We are still in the introductory part. Jackie Mustafa said, gone are the days where men were the breadwinners and women look after the home. Now it is a case of 50-50, which breeds frustration and tension when there is a slack in carrying out defined roles. That's why they should sit down, have a conversation, and make the roles really clear.
Okay, I've got Freeport GB
Yeah.
on YouTube says, rules do not mean that the man or woman say this is the way it's going to be, and that is the bottom line. The rules should be more like an agreement between the two and what works best for them.
Yeah.
I've got Anne Cordina said, most men will not say that because of pride. I think that was a time when you were talking about you are better at finances than I am.
Yeah.
And
but that means that that man, he needs to kind of rework on himself, because when God brings a woman into your life, God will many a time bring a woman into your life who has strength in the area of your weakness.
Yeah.
So you will be a foolish man not to be able to use her in her area of strength for the betterment of the home. If pride does not allow you, then
if she's strong in an area, she's making you strong.
Exactly.
In that same area.
That is why God brought her to you. God
both win.
God many a time does not bring two people together that are exactly the same. God knows where you are strong and where you are weak. So God will bring somebody who has strength in your area of weakness. So if your area of weakness is that you don't have the, let's say, money now, management skill, second it to her. Nobody knows. Even if people know that she runs the finances, it's fine. It's for the betterment of the home. Where is
the
pride?
company?
Where is pride carrying you to? It's the betterment of the company. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where is
because
pride taking you to?
companies they employ the best staff for a particular role.
Exactly.
They're not going to give a role of finance manager to somebody that is a spendthrift.
No.
They're
They
going
will
to give
employ
it to
somebody to be the accountant.
Yeah.
And in terms of the finances, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fact that you are the CEO does not necessarily mean that you will be the finance manager.
Yeah. Yeah, then I've got other comments as well. Shirley Dina says, some culture, women are expected to do all the housework. So even at that, how can, like being married, I think you've said this before, being married to tradition means you are divorced to destiny, something like that.
Yeah.
You said that before.
Yeah, you can't just be married to your tradition. You have to look at the reality of the times and the reality of your home.
Yeah.
Look at it now. Even with this COVID-19 situation, companies are looking at the reality of the times and making adjustments.
Yeah.
So it is essential that people can actually do that. Jane said, Juliet Sadua said, you're so right, Pastor.
Yeah.
Jane said, Pastor, I like what you're saying. It is real, but people will not be able to see their home as a company. Then that's why they are hearing this now. They should see it.
You should see it as a company.
Yeah.
Limited by shares.
Exactly.
Because the share is your children, generations ahead.
Exactly.
What you've put as your foundation now is what will now be the offshoot for them to go with later on.
Tenji said, so true, Pastor, treat your home as a company, but unfortunately, these things where or are taught, so people come into marriages with all sort of funny ideas. These things are not taught, so people come into marriages with all kind of funny ideas about what marriage is and all sort of abnormal behaviors which they believe are normal. She said deliverance is required. Mariatu said, is walking away best way to handle argument? No.
No, not walking away from the marriage, walking away from, let's say, the argument.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the person is boiling like that. Your thing when you was demonstrating,
Like
boiling.
Yeah. If
You have
if
to
you
walk
now
away now.
pour petrol into that fire, the whole place. Yeah, so maybe sometimes just use a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I think wisdom is required in either way. What it is to do. In terms of the resolution and how to deal with that kind of scenario, because some people are really very angry people. So in that kind of scenario, if you now say something to spark them all the more, it's just gonna go haywire.
Yeah. Trisha said, if you grew up with a mother who does everything and dad does nothing but work and come home to relax, then that's the expectation a man will enter marriage with. This is why it's important to set out things.
Modeling. It's true.
Yeah. Set out things during courting, just like you used to say, Pastor. Merging a company is exactly what a marriage is. So you're doing a merger, so you should have, and if you're already married, still have those conversations now and review them occasionally.
I can understand where the man raises the conversation. It would probably be more welcomed. Yeah. But what if the woman wants to raise this conversation? You might say, I beg, leave that thing there. We're fine as we are. You know, how do you now deal with such?
I think some men, unfortunately, some men have what I would call foolish pride. Pride itself is a problem. When you now add foolishness to the pride, that's why I'm classing it as foolish pride.
Okay.
Because the reason I say it's a foolish pride is that if your home is not working, yeah, take note of this word. If your home is not working, you are not working.
Yeah. Okay.
If your home,
I like that. Someone should write that down.
If your home is not, somebody write it down. If your home is not working, you are not working.
And that's both the man and the woman.
Yes, that's both the man and the woman.
Yeah.
No matter what you think you are doing, you are speaking in tongues, you think you are earning money, you think you are getting, if your home is not working, you are not working.
Yeah.
Your brain is on overdrive.
Yeah.
You are not, there's a way to live through this world that you can live in peace.
Yeah.
And not your brain is always second guessing. I hope somebody wrote that. Maybe send it to me by WhatsApp if you have my WhatsApp number. If your home is not working, you are not working. Yeah. So it is crucial that you as a man, you should even be at the forefront of pushing for such conversation. But unfortunately, some men have, like I said, what I would call foolish pride, where maybe the woman saw, like maybe they're watching this show now. Say, following this thing, I think let's really sit down and see how we can talk about it. Most times you have women who show willingness to do that. Now say, hey, we are fine the way we are. Are we really fine? We're not fine.
Achieved, what can we,
Yes, we are not fine. What do you mean that we are fine? You're just dismissing the woman. And that's what some men do. And then if that will not leave
resentment,
the problem will continue.
Just a new face.
So every time you have spike, every time there's a spike, the problem is there. Even in the season that there seems to be peace, the problem is still there. When you have spike, that's when argument will happen. It's like this COVID-19. They are there's like in the UK. In the UK now, they are opening up
a little
easing, but there's still the underlying. The COVID-19 is still there, and they are saying that they'll be monitoring whenever there's a spike.
They'll close down.
They will close down. That's what is happening in some homes. The problem is there. There's an underlying issue.
Wow.
It's just continuously there. Yeah. But it's things have been fine, at least for the past 2 weeks, for the past 3 weeks. We are just fine. We're just fine. But we're not fine because the problem is there.
It hasn't been uprooted.
It has not been uprooted. it will just take a little spike. Once there's a spike, then argument will start again.
So
that is why the man should drop. Let me talk to the men.
Sorry.
Drop the foolish pride. Drop it. Have a conversation. The conversation, not that you are going there as CEO to impose your rule. Even if you are anointed, you are spiritual, you speak in tongues, you just raised the dead person from the dead yesterday. When it comes to discussing your marriage, your relationship with your wife, put your ability to raise the dead to the side. Don't come and be intimidating your wife. The anointed, don't you know I'm an anointed man? You know the power of God is in me. People don't talk to me like that outside. You not talk to me like this inside. It is your wife that can talk to you like that. You need someone who can talk to you like that. She's not your member.
Not rudely though.
Not rudely, no. Again, so women don't know how to talk. So women don't. No, it's true. So women don't know how to talk. That's why I say this argument in relationship matter. It's a long discussion. I'll just touch one part. Because if I really want to, I will talk. Don't worry.
Okay. So what's a good ways for a man to now say, do you know what? Let's talk about this thing and not feel that his ego, his pride is being downplayed.
Well, I think if you are a man, you are watching this now. The Bible says not it's not just hearers alone, doers. After this show, maybe today, tomorrow, or the weekend, ask your wife, let's discuss about this. What's working, what's not working.
Yeah, because it's really just discussing what you already know.
Exactly.
You know anyway.
Yeah, what's working.
What's working in this home, what's not working.
If you examine it as a woman, in the next couple of days, today, tomorrow, the man is not bringing it up, or maybe a woman watching, your husband is not watching, then you approach the man, get him to watch, approach him. And the man, don't talk. If you could not raise it, if the woman raise, sit down. Don't let the thing lead to quarrel.
I said we should talk about this thing.
Exactly. No. Don't let it lead to, even when you're having a conversation, don't let it, you can have conversation without quarreling. You can disagree on points without quarreling.
Yeah. It's negotiation.
Yes.
I think there's an art to negotiation.
You guys are doing well. You are sharing this. I think you are probably enjoying it as well. Sharing it. We are going to have to do part 2 because we are still in the surface of this thing.
I think I spoke about this a while back. But anyway, there's an art of negotiation where you can get, as a woman, you can achieve what it is that you wanted to achieve, but from a wisdom or a wise point of view. Yeah. If you're trying to do it by force, you must do this thing. I said I need it. It's not going to work. Because whenever a woman rises kind of thing to the point of she's trying to lord it over the man, I want this, I said it should be like this, you should follow me, that's when the man will be adamant not to follow.
Yeah.
He would be in everything about him. Even if this woman is right, I'm not following her because I need to show her that I am the man and she's not the man.
Yeah, but women will also do the same because when a man is trying to bully a woman to show that, I'm the man, there's a point that the woman also will get to. She will be tired.
Yeah.
She'll say, look, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
I'm not your house girl.
Yeah.
I went to school just like you went to school. I'm walking like you're walking. I mean, what are you trying to suppress me?
Make me feel small.
Yeah, so it's that balance. And some people use different tools. That's why I was saying.
Approach for both.
For some people who are anointed, they want to use the anointing as the hold for that intimidation.
Some that are bringing in more money.
Some that are bringing in more money, bring that. That's why this money issue we talk about because this argument thing is a serious matter. Because with women, no, it's true because you can have a home where for over 1 year, only the man is a earner, bringing money into the home.
1 year, maybe 10 years.
10 years, there will be no problem. Nobody will hear outside that the man is the only person earning money into the home. But if you have 1 month or 2 months, the man no work, is only the woman that is earning, the thermometer atmosphere of the home will change. Yeah. There will be problem. Yeah. So I don't know why
everybody will know.
I don't know why women have that in them. It's also part of argument. So me, I'm being objective. I'm not supporting male, supporting women. I'm looking at what are the things causing argument. So people, we have a lot to talk about. We are going to have to stop here. We come back for part 2. Maybe we have to do a series over a period. Maybe if we can both commit, although we can't do it now because we have prayer first. Yeah. Maybe after prayer first, commit to maybe a weekly period, if it's possible, to just trash this topic. Because there are many things that breeds this argument. Yeah. There are many people out there who are not taking the right step to make it work.
There are many that breeds this argument. Not many that causes it, but breeds it. Makes it continue over and over again and doesn't allow it to die. So I think it's very, very important. Very, very important. Because before you can even talk about how to resolve the argument, we need to understand why the argument consistently, continuously, always happens. Why? So I think, that would be good.
It's very, very important. There's a lot of very healthy comments here.
Okay, I've got one. I don't know if it's healthy. I haven't read it. Yeah. Must a woman accept her husband's advice on her business all the time? Why do some men get offended when their wife asks questions about those suggestions? So it's the woman's business. Yeah. The man is making advice, so verbal input. Yeah. The woman is probably seeing that this advice will not quite cut it with my business. Maybe she's the expert in that field and he's not. So she knows what would work best and what have you. He's giving advice, which is fantastic because some men are not even interested. Yeah. So thank God that he's interested. Yeah. But she maybe all of the advice or none of the advice is taken and then he now becomes offended. But what about how did you communicate it to him that, oh, that's such a good idea, but I'm thinking it may be a bit tricky because this, and this.
Yeah, but
there's a way to bring it.
A man should not get, I'm just going to
No, but I'm just saying, it depends on how.
Yeah, well, maybe the way she dismissed it, can be a problem. But also, you shouldn't get upset.
Sulky.
Yeah, and sulky that you gave an advice for your wife's business and she didn't take it. It may not work for the business. I mean, it's an advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one running it. You know, as long as she didn't just dismiss you as a nobody, you know, you should be matured enough. Now, marriage is not for boys. Marriage is for men.
You're just
and women.
Offloaded quotes. Someone write that one down.
Yes, no, marriage is not for boys and girls. In fact, the Bible did not say, he that findeth a boy.
It didn't even say he finds a woman. It finds a wife.
Yes, finds a good thing and obtains favor. So it's not for boys. You know, there's a level of maturity. The problem is there are people who are growing physically, but they are not maturing mentally. So they come into a marriage and become a problem and a burden to somebody else's daughter, a burden and a problem to somebody else's son. Yeah. And before you know, there's arguments. And
then it will spill out to the in-laws, like you're saying, problem to somebody else's. Because one day it will spill out to them. Then you now get the bad name, or he will now get the bad name, and all the rest of it. And all of these could have been avoided if there was a better communication, better understanding, better agreement. Yeah. From the onset or even from now. Things don't have to spiral out of control. Even like we said, it's a company. Yeah. When a company are having issues, they negotiate.
Exactly.
Or renegotiate the terms, you know?
Yeah, which is very important. And they don't go there and start fighting each other.
It's not
when they are renegotiating, they don't start throwing stones and, you know, everybody now live there. Some people's clothes have been torn. Yeah. No. I mean, what is that?
I just imagine in a boardroom.
Yes.
I worked for the biggest housing association in the country. Well, no, in Europe even. In Europe. I never see such things like that. And there are tense moments. Yeah. There are tense moments. But you don't see things are being torn apart.
No.
And, you know, no.
All right. So somebody says sometimes, you know, the relationship is like a parent to a child relationship. There should be two adults. It's true. Don't treat your wife as your child. She's not your child. Even if you are older than her.
By 20 years.
By 20 years. She's your wife. She's not your daughter. She's not your child. So don't order her around.
Yeah, you thought it fit to marry her.
You thought it fit to marry her. So treat her as the adult that she is. Accord her the respect. Erica da Silva, hey, God bless you.
God bless you.
She's connecting, I believe, from Cayman Islands. She said, that's right. I once read it in a book, DNA of Relationships. Call it as the fear dance. The book explains that arguments continue because it's a continuous cycle of hitting a fear.
Yeah.
And a reaction happens. Then the reaction causes the fear, and the fear causes the reaction. It's a circle that continues. You see that?
And over again.
Which is true. And Austin Osanakba said, wow, this is a mind-blowing conversation. She said, more of part 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you,
Until
Miss.
all arguments are dead.
Until all arguments are dead. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. God bless you. I think we're going to wrap up. But we'll do part 2, and we're just going to keep pushing it. And I want to appreciate all of you who have helped to share out to so many people today to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
I want you to keep a date with us for Talk with the Missus, because I think this is something we need to push, and we need to get to so many people so that we can, deal with just this thing that the enemy uses.
I've got Bro Ekes here. He says on the flip side, the scenario of the woman with her business.
Yeah.
What if it's the man with his business and the woman gives the advice and he doesn't accommodate it? She too would be upset.
It's true, because the woman will say, "Oh, you don't listen to me. I mean, I'm your wife. I've
got your best interest
at heart."
Yeah.
It's not sentiment.
Yeah.
It's objectivity.
Yeah, it was what would work best.
Some people are kept down by sentiment. Sentiment is the reason they are down.
Oh, another.
Let me stop, because I think maybe today I am just
releasing quotes.
Let's stop. Give your final statements that I can wrap up before we go today.
I think there's a lot for us to learn. Nobody knows it all.
Yeah.
Let's start from there. Nobody knows it all. And as in a relationship, let us always have that in the back of our mind, or even in the front of our mind. I don't know it all. He doesn't know it all. She doesn't know it all.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get somewhere that we can be equally at peace, equally at love, equally at joy. So sometimes, the Bible talks of that we shouldn't actually be putting people down.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing things for our own selfish gain.
Yeah.
We should look at the other person as better than ourselves. That in itself will help us to appreciate them more, to value them more, to value their opinions more, and to have, their best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Because if they are pleased, then ultimately I am pleased.
Yeah.
If they're at peace, then ultimately I'm at peace. It works both ways.
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys. I can see some of you have sent some questions in the comment section.
Okay.
What we'll do, we will try and go through all of them, so that when we're doing part 2, we can touch some of them, and we would send out a message when we want to do part 2. To wrap up, I want to thank everyone for joining in and helping us to put the message out to a lot of people. I think you did a better job than myself in terms of when I sent out the broadcast. So I probably would just be counting on you to do the sharing every time, rather than what I used to do.
Okay. They were rockets.
Well, yeah, no, they've done a good job. I really, really appreciate all of you. And I also want to thank everyone who celebrated me on my birthday. It was fantastic.
Amazing.
My wife pulled up some really, really amazing surprise. And a lot of people, in fact, a lot of video messages that came through from different parts of the world.
Still coming in.
And some still coming in.
Yeah.
I had phone calls from some of the generals in ministry. People are controlling millions of people under their ministry. My phone rings on Sunday. I'm like, woo. This person is calling me and say, oh, yeah, I'm just calling you to wish you a happy birthday and to pray for you and all of that. I was saying to my wife, it pays to serve Jesus, because I said, look at me, small Moses here, and these great, great people, are calling me. So I want to thank all of you.
Thank you.
I'm still going through all the messages.
I was telling him it took me 2 weeks or maybe even 3.
In fact, a
when
lot
it
of
was
men,
my
my
birthday. So
phone is full,
I'm sure for him.
and I'm keep going through. And as I keep going through, even up until yesterday, more coming, and I see some messages. Oh, Pastor Moses, can you send me your bank details? I want to send you a gift for your birthday. I'm like, whoa. So I have to read all the messages because I don't know how many people asking for bank details.
But we really
Well,
thank
no,
God.
but I was going to read all of them anyway. I'm
grateful.
so grateful. I appreciate all of you for the gifts, for the celebration, for the video
love.
messages, the love, and for standing with me. God will bless all of you. You guys, I appreciate all of you greatly, deeply from my heart. And God will continue to increase you on every side. I think some of the videos we're going to start uploading them, some of the video messages, uploading them on our YouTube channel. Now, I want to encourage you, if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have 2 YouTube channels we want you to subscribe to. One is our FMC TV. So you go on YouTube and just type FMC TV, subscribe, click the subscribe button. And then there is I have a personal YouTube channel, which we just set up not too long ago, that I want you also to subscribe to. Now, subscription is free. So all you need to do is to click the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. So please do me a favor and go in there and subscribe today. Okay? My personal one is called Pastor Moses GCF. It's all one word. Pastor Moses G as in golf, C as in Charlie, and F as in Freddy. Pastor Moses GCF, and click the subscribe button. And then FMC TV, also click the subscribe button. We have a lot of things, in fact, that we're working on that will be coming on. Some of them from my missus, some of them from me, that will be coming up on my personal YouTube channel. So this is the time to subscribe to that channel. Now, Prayer Fest. Prayer Fest is coming from the 24th of May to the 1st of June. This year, we're going to be doing it as an online conference. Promises to be a very, very great and exciting time in the presence of God. Our theme this year is Arise and Shine. The program is going to be a blast, a major blast. So I want you to prepare yourself for it, to join all the session. It will be a fasting and prayer and ministration of the word. There's a timetable for each day, and we have a Prayer Fest booklet we would like to send you online. Now, we are asking that if you want the Prayer Fest booklet, that you send us your email address so we can send it to you, so you'll be able to get it and be able to follow through on the program. They can send the email address to our info at faithmiraclechurch.org.uk email address. I'll give that to you again. Info at faithmiraclechurch.org.uk. So please send it through to us and you will get the booklet. And I think many more people are joining in. Oh, this guy is he was my primary school classmate. Yeah, Umbidom Franklin. Oh, it's nice to have you on. God bless you. And many more people. So please do that. And we look forward to seeing you during the Prayer Fest. Again, thank you for your love, for your care, and for being part of tonight's show. And please take action with the things you've heard this evening, and let's destroy arguments from our relationship. Amen. We'll be back with part 2 another time. On this channel, we have When We Pray tomorrow, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So log in to join the When We Pray. Fired up. And then Before the Throne worship program by 6:45. Awesome. We love you guys, and we will see you again. And this is where we say,